My name is Skye Moench and I'm a Trek-sponsored athlete. I'm here to share with you my journey to my first Ironman World Championship.
You need to come up with another 500 calories.
I do like a good calorie preload. I qualified for my first Ironman World Championship in 2019, but 2.5 weeks before the race, I was in a freak bike accident, so I never even made it to the start line. As much as I was sad to miss my first World Championship, I felt like, I'd had a breakthrough year in 2019 and I was super excited to kind of prove the athlete I was on the world stage. I knew there was going to be more World Championships ahead of me and I just had to get healthy again and back to a start line in general. I was planning to race in April 2020, which would have been just over 6 months post-crash, and I felt excited and ready to do that. And then COVID-19 really hit everyone hard and races were canceled. In hindsight, you realize, okay, even though I felt fit and I felt ready to race, I really still had so much more to gain with recovering from my injuries. So life as a professional athlete, you definitely get into your routines and sometimes it's mundane, but the routines and habits I think are what really make you successful. There's women who are just constantly pushing the boundaries and I want to be right there with them, pushing the boundaries and being competitive. It's fun to be competitive, but winning's really fun and being at the front of the race is really fun. That's where I want to be. So that is what keeps me motivated and, more importantly, disciplined. Trying to find balance in life is really important, I think, for all of us, but as a professional triathlete, I feel like it's extremely difficult because the training's so demanding physically and mentally and emotionally that you kind of get to the end of the day and you're just on empty. Spending time with my husband and my dog, that's how I like to spend my time after training. My husband is a really important part of that puzzle for me, putting all that together. He's really supportive and always makes sure that I can get my rest and helps keep the house running, and he has dinner ready for me every night. He's always there and willing to help. I'm weeks out from my first Ironman World Championship in St. George, and I'm really excited to finally get to a start line of an Ironman World Championship because I feel like I've been waiting for a couple years now to finally get the opportunity to race on the world stage against the best Ironman athletes in the world. Being this close to a world championship, training is really, really hard. It's really heavy, it's challenging, and even though we're coming up on really good fitness, right before a race, the volume's high and yeah, I'm tired. I feel tired, and you also battle with maybe the mental aspect or the mental pressure of, oh my gosh, I have this world championship coming up. But I have to stay lighthearted in it all and realize, at the end of the day, I choose to do this and this is something that I really enjoy. I genuinely love training. I genuinely love riding my bike and running and doing all these things. So it really is bringing it back to basics and remembering why I wanted to do this in the first place. Skye 6 years ago only dreamt of being able to consider herself a competitive contender at the World Championship and to be riding Trek bikes and just these things that are just such an opportunity now for me. Remembering where I've come from and how far I've come really helps me keep a good perspective, and then not taking anything too seriously, because at the end of the day it's swim, bike, run, and it's I get to swim, bike, and run all day. That's amazing.